Hi, Cosmic Sloth here. This is going to be the third video in my Cyberpunk Red DLC series. So in this video, I just want to highlight a couple of cool resources. So it's going to be the FAQ and the conversion guide. So the first one we're going to look at is the Old Guns Never Die. It's a way to convert Cyberpunk 2020 weapons to Cyberpunk Red system. So very cool if you play the Cyberpunk 2020 version, you have like a character from there with some weapons that you want to kind of port over, or if you just have taken a look at that and have seen some cool ones that you want to mess around with in the Cyberpunk Red rule set, very useful for that. And it's pretty simple. It's just this 6-step process where you take a weapon from 2020, you determine if it's going to be exotic or not in step 0. In step 1, you find the weapon category of the weapon. Step 2, you determine if it has a +0 or a +1 modifier to any attack rolls you make. Step 3, you determine like the quality and reliability of the weapon. In step 4, you combine those two steps to determine the actual quality of the Cyberpunk Red weapon, whether it's poor, standard, or excellent. And then in step 5, you determine if there's any like attachments or any other thing that might kind of make the weapon special that go into it. And then step 6 is just determining the cost. So, and then on the last page, it has an example taking an AR from 2020, turn it into a Cyberpunk Red stat block here, which is pretty cool. You can kind of see how it's supposed to work. The only kind of odd thing that I saw is that you can actually have an excellent quality weapon that jams on a natural 1 because of the reliability from 2020. So that's a little wonky, but everything else is super smooth, just kind of straightforward conversion, which is very nice, very good resource if you want to mess around with that. And then the next thing I wanted to take a look at was the FAQ, which is just frequently asked questions. Updated a few years ago, but everything is very good information, especially for like crunchier questions or very like niche questions that you have. So you start with this little table here that'll tell you if something affects a specific role. You have some character creation rules. You have a bunch of combat rules, which makes sense because that can be a little confusing. You have critical injury rules, cyberware, economy, net running, role abilities. You have skills, and you have weapons and gear. So there's quite a few questions in here, and like I said, a lot of it's like very niche, very like crunchy questions, but it can help. It could be very helpful if you're like trying to clarify something that you're not sure on. Definitely a good resource to take a look at, especially if you're GMing. I mean, it's good for players too, but especially good for a GM who, if you have like a question or you need to clarify something, it's a good thing to check out for sure. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. It's just those couple links in that one. But thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys check out the next one. Thank you.